and this afternoon I'm in conversation with young blues rock virtuoso Miss Chantel McGregor. How are you, Chantel?
I'm fabulous, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Just it's really nice to talk to you.
Okay.
It's the first time I've had a conversation, although I had seen you before in Glasgow when you came up to the Hard Rock Cafe
Yes.
last year through old friends of mine, Shock City, and that was a really good show. I really enjoyed it, you know. So, and the beauty of this job that I'm doing with Jace is that you get to see and hear a whole new spectrum of performers and bands and people, and you know, and it's just really cool how the paths cross. That, you know, seeing you that night and then not heard much of you again, and then my boss asking me to do your shed session a couple of
Yes.
weeks back, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed just sitting, you know, just listening to some cool blues and just chilling out, and it was
Thank you.
fantastic, you know. I did, however, one of the someone picked me up. Couldn't believe it. Which song was it now? Anesthetized.
Yes. Yeah.
So I did my review and I said, you know, obviously this is the cover, this is the cover, this is the cover, this is the cover, and someone came on and went, "Excuse me, young man, that's not right. That's Chantel's own song." I was like, "All right, okay."
Yeah.
Now, shoot me now, my God, you know. So obviously, it's just I think how your fans, you know, get to see and you know and how engrossed they are in your music and what you do, you know. And I
Yeah.
thought, you know, I was thinking it's a really good review. You know, I really sat and enjoyed it, enjoyed, you know, the keys and everything. And I'm sitting doing my review and everything. I said to Glenn, yeah, it was a really good, cracking little set, done the stuff. I said, but you know what? Someone's just emailed me and put me right. So what do you mean? Somebody's just come on and went, that's the wrong. I was like, oh my God. But you know, I think it's one of these things. It's a learning curve
Yeah.
when you do this. You know, and I will say, you know, I haven't heard a lot of your stuff because mainly I get bombarded with German death metal and
Yeah.
other to review every day. And then, you know, Glenn will come on and go, "Can you review this?" Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, "That's really cool. I really like that." And then go and do a set for it. Yeah, no problem. And then you put something and someone goes, "Young man, that's not the right thing." Oops. Oh my God. I better kill myself. But you know, it's just I think how passionate your fans are. So
Yeah.
that was my story into your musical background, Chantel. So I will find the man. I'll tell you who it was, and go and give him a doing. So how has life been treating you in lockdown? How is your creative juices? Are they still flowing? Are you doing stuff? Or?
Yeah, I've been busier than ever. I don't know how I'm going to have time to gig again because it's just like crazy. I started at the start of lockdown because I was up north. I got stuck in Bradford, so that was kind of, well, I got stuck in Spain, which was quite strange. I was on holiday
That'd
up
be nice.
there, and
Just
it
kicking
was
back.
hot.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is you get stuck there and everything's closed, so you can't actually go and do anything.
Yes.
So that wasn't so much fun. Got stuck there. Then it was like the flights were cancelled, but they didn't let us know, which was very kind of them. Then I found out, and it was like, we need an emergency flight back, and all this sort of thing. So I did that, got back finally a few days later, and then I was planning on coming down to Cambridge, and that didn't happen because I think I was going to come down on the Saturday, and the Friday they brought in complete lockdown over in England. So it was like, right, okay, I'm stuck in Bradford. Brilliant.
Excellent. Let's go
Yeah.
and see him all. He'll sort it out.
Yeah, so that was all a bit like, okay. So I was up there and it was just like, right, how do I make the best out of a really difficult situation? Because it's like all the gigs are cancelled, so there's no income anymore. You know, Jamie's down in Cambridge, and so musically and everything is just like, well, I was going to be there and now I'm not. I'm up here, so I'm doing this all on my own. And obviously, you can't see the band or do anything with the band or anything because you know, not quarantine, lockdown.
Yeah.
So I was just like, right, let's find the best thing to do out of a bad situation. So I was already when I was in Spain, I lined up some session work. An American record label called Cleopatra. They got in touch.
Yeah.
And they were like, do you want to do some session work on this Dr. John album? And I was like, yeah, great, cool. I'm in Spain at the moment, but when I come back, I'll do it. And also this Lady Gaga cover track thing.
The cover, yeah.
So as soon as I got back, it was like, right, cool, crack on with that. And I was doing some co-writing with another guy in America as well, a separate project for TV and advert stuff. So that was kind of like straight into that. And then I was like, right, well, what can I do for, me, for my projects and stuff? So I was working on third album, which is, third studio album, writing that. And also I was like, right, well, I need to access the fans because that's kind of what's lacking now.
Yeah, I think this is the hard thing, and it seems to be that, as everybody keeps saying, you've probably heard it a million times when you're doing interviews, it's the new normal. Yeah, this is a new normal. But I guess, getting in front of the fans and doing your shed sessions is the new normal for you guys until, something eases.
Yeah.
And like I said to you right at the start of the conversation, for us guys who do reviews and everything, we can get to hear your music every day, or a different genre every day. So it must be hard when you're a gigging musician, going from place to place and playing in different festivals, different towns and different cities, to then have nothing and go, what do I do now? And sometimes you may feel like, oh, I feel a bit cheap asking people for money, but do you know what? I think it's a good way of fans getting a hit of good solid blues music. You get a little bit of money in your pocket, and I think everyone's a winner, because instead of you saying, I'm going to charge you 50 quid for a ticket, or 40 quid for a ticket, if you drop me like a fiver or whatever it happens to be, people will go, oh, for an hour and 10 minutes, it was a really good session, she was brilliant, and it only cost me a fiver. If you've got a couple hundred people, it's a nice way to do it. Do you know?
I did it slightly differently because I was really mindful that it wasn't just me that had my income knackered, basically. Everybody else that's self-employed or couldn't work anymore, or if they were furloughed, then okay, they're in a better position than anybody sort of self-employed and stuff. But I was kind of really mindful that they've lost income as well. So I was like, people were saying, do the donation thing, do the PayPal me thing, and I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do them for free.
Yeah.
Do them for free, ask people to share it and get the word out, because essentially when gigs come back, those will be new people that come to gigs and buy tickets and CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
the income streams will filter through eventually.
Of course.
And then, because I just didn't want to charge people, I was just like, well, I'm going to do this every Saturday, do it for free, but please do share it and please do tell your friends, because, that would be...
Yes, for us it's nice as well when we get a chance to do some live music, and it's something you've maybe never heard a lot of, and when I sit with the headphones on, a glass of red, and I just sit and I'm thinking, yes, he's quite cool, it's nice and easy, it's just a really relaxed atmosphere, and you don't feel pressured. So I applaud you for that, because it's really nice that that yes and no, you're giving up your time, but you're still getting the fans to understand it's hard for everyone. They're stuck at home. I've been at home for 22 weeks now. It's crazy bonkers. And obviously Scotland's getting worse because the football players don't know stay in the house and not go out to the pub. But that's another story. But it's nice when you can just flick on your YouTube or Facebook and you're on there and you're doing a 45-minute, 50-minute set. And you come off, you think that was really good. I really enjoyed that, and you don't feel the pressure, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's been weird because it's kind of the way that I've done the shed session thing. It was obviously I was wanting to come down to Cambridge, and it was like, well, as soon as they said you could have a social bubble, I was like, right, I'm going. I'll do shed session on Saturday, and on Sunday I'm going. So I was like, right, I need to kind of replicate a shed. And I mean, Jamie's house is like completely white. So it's like, how do you replicate a shed in that? And it was like, right, Amazon Prime, shed backdrop.
Yeah.
So we did this kind of like makeshift backdrop thing. And it's kind of, I think I had the northern shed session, which was properly in my shed.
Yeah.
Which was all just acoustic, me being a bit daft, having the daft stuff with my dad reading out comments, and just it was more of a humour thing and an entertainment thing than a music thing. I mean, the music was still really important, and that's the focal point.
I guess it's nice when you have like a kind of off the shoulder thing. Yeah, just my dad reading stuff out, rather than like look at my screens and look at my professional mics. You just go, yeah, there's my dad over there. All right, Dad, and he's like, how you doing? All right, guys, and so says hello. You're like, yeah, brilliant. And a couple of tunes, and people think it's just natural. It's a natural thing, which is quite nice.
Yeah, so, to me, that's the important thing. Do you know what? Sorry, I'm just going to have to answer the door.
You can.
Just 1 second. Hello? Hang on. Hang on. Sorry about this.
Is that a new shed coming?
No, I think it's a power pack. It's okay, don't worry. That's fine. It's the heat. Perfect, lovely. Thanks very much. Cheers. Sorry about that.
That's quite all right.
That's Jamie getting his battery packs and cables delivered from Amazon Prime. Sorry.
Yeah, I know you like to drop Amazon Prime in when you do your shed session. You go, yeah, I need Amazon Prime. Right, Dad, get on that. So it's quite good. It's obviously quite a factual thing. I'm ordering stuff from Amazon Prime, and here it comes. So
it's true for life.
When the video goes out, people go, yeah, she does order stuff from Amazon Prime because it came to the door.
Exactly. They'll know it's real.
It's good.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Answer the door. It's all right. I just go, yeah, that's that door. I'm really busy. My wife is next door. She's working, and I was on furlough, but I get made redundant last week. So basically, I have my wee private room, and we have interviews here with everyone. And and she'll go, someone at the door. Just you get it. I'm really busy. So it's quite nice, that we have other people to do that. So unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it's really difficult because Jamie's a professional musician as well. So all his gigs have been cancelled, all his income cancelled. So he's had to start doing deliveries for Deliveroo and Uber Eats because it's income.
I think the thing is, Chantel, it's in these troubling times when I sat with my ex-boss and I said to him, I'm going to have a week off. And yeah. And I said, what about this COVID? Couple of weeks time it'll be fine because it's just like the flu, and then when it unfortunately made the phone call, you're getting made redundant. No bother. Remember I said to you 20 weeks ago, and he went, don't talk about that anymore, because obviously I think then it just became a massive big thing where there was no kidding on around it anymore. It was just super, for everyone, and you get stuff today, 730,000 more people on the dole, and you think it's really serious, so everyone's suffering, everyone's feeling it, and especially you guys, you put all your money into your equipment and all the rest of it, and your recording time and studio booking time, and it just goes, and you think, what am I going to do,
Yeah, everything's on pause.
I know, Chantel, we know that, but how long it's going to be, and
what state will it be in when it recovers, if it recovers?
It's going to be this year, it's going to be next year, and what I kind of guess for you guys will be, I think as soon as someone gives everybody the thumbs up and says we can gig, I reckon there'll be a gig on every single night in every single city for probably 3-4 months, because people just want to get out there and get on with it, and yourself included, so I guess there's that to look forward to. But when you think about everything that's been cancelled, just Call of the Well being cancelled there just half an hour ago, and and all the festivals and your downloads, and you start to get depressed about it.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to be going to Spain at the end of August for a festival. It got booked a couple of months ago, and I was like, brilliant, something to look forward to. End of summer, playing this big festival in Spain. It's going to be brilliant. And I was thinking, this is, I'm really looking forward to this. Really excited.
Absolutely.
Because everything up to I think we've maybe have 3 gigs in September, because they're kind of being very optimistic and saying, let's go ahead, we can try and go ahead, and I'm going, good luck with that. So I can't see it happening personally, but I'd like to think it would. But if it does, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, it's not a big shock really. So I was really excited about this Spanish festival. And obviously then 2 weeks ago, the government brought in the whole quarantine for coming back. And I'm going, there's no way that we can do it, because I can't ask of my band that have had to, like, you know, my drummers had to get a proper job making vegan chicken in a factory. You know, I can't ask them to say, well, can you not go to work for 2 weeks to do one day in Spain in a festival? I just can't ask that of them, and I can't afford to pay them 2 weeks' wages because we've done one gig, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had to make the decision yesterday, because they sort of said, you know, tentatively, let's keep it booked so far. We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks. I mean, it's only 2 weeks away, it's the festival. So
yeah,
I'm like going, no, we need to make a decision. It's only fair on the festival to get another band and stuff.
Yeah, because if you say, yeah, let's keep going, and then 2 days before it you go, I'm not coming, and then they say, well, we're going to give you a fine because you didn't, and then you kind of think, but you know, there is that space where you go, do I wait till the last minute? Do I do it now? Because you want to give some other artist a chance to perform if they can get to Spain, you know, and it's no much hassle, rather than you having, as you say, having to get a stand-in drummer or a stand-in keyboard player and yourself all the way to Spain for a day, and then go, well, that wasn't really worth it. Do you know? And that's the thing as well, you know.
Yeah, it's so difficult. So I mean, we'll see what happens with it and stuff. And you know, next week, Boris might decide you don't have to quarantine, and I'll be kicking myself. But there does need to be at some point where you've got to make a decision, and just kind of go, what is the sensible thing to do?
I think this as well for you as well as the fans, as well as the promoters. You know, you could say, yeah, I want to come. You could be in touch with someone in England, get on a plane, hop across and do something, and then come back and you have COVID, or somebody could give it to you over there or whatever, and you think, was it really worth it? You know, and that's the hard thing. It's you know, although you're itching to get out and play and do your bit, you've got to be sensible, you know, and
you've got to be.
Keep yourself safe, you know.
And keep fans safe as well. That's, to me, that's the most important.
Yeah, of course, you know. I was talking to a wee rock band from Sweden a couple of weeks ago, and they said, yeah, we're going out at the start of August. We've got a whole tour planned. I'm like, what? Where are you going? Where are you going? I want to go. And they're like, oh, we're doing Germany, we're doing magic. But they said it's not as in Sweden and Germany and Finland, it's not as bad.
As bad as here.
Social distancing over there, because they're obviously 2 or 3 weeks ahead of us and how they did it, you know, and you kind of think that's really good. And you can always imagine in your head, I wish that was us. But I guess that with the stuff that people are doing, going to the beaches and things like this, a million people on the beaches, and the football players going to the pubs and everything, I guess it's just going to be a real. I don't know whether British people are quite stupid, where they just kind of think, yeah, it's all right, sun's out, you know, I'll venture out to the pub, I'll be 2 feet away from Chantel, it's okay, and then something happens and you go, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that, you know, and you can look at these Europeans and they must look at us and think, my God, you guys are really stupid. But it's just because I think there's the tension about wanting to get out and do it, you know, and be involved, but you've got to be careful.
Yeah, I think as well, I think over here especially, there is a pub culture of, you know, going out, socialising and stuff like that. I mean, I have been to a pub. I've been in a pub, I've been in a beer garden that's at a bench that's about somebody else 10 foot away, nowhere near me. I let them bring it to tables, and then I get my hand sanitizer out and I cover the glass in hand sanitizer, which makes your beer taste a bit weird. But, you know, I'm obsessively cleaning my hands and just being mindful about everybody. And you know, we go over, you know, we go out if we go anywhere, and it's like, well, you know, oh, I've touched a door handle, hand sanitizer. And it sounds a bit silly and obsessive and whatever, but you just think, well, I don't want to pass out to my family or you know, anybody or friends and stuff, and you just got to be considerate.
Super, you know, super safe. You can go and you go, great, I've kept my distance, I've washed my hands, I've done everything, I'll wear my mask, you know, and you go out knowing you've done it right. And I guess it's just trying to get to that day, you know, it's just trying to get to that day. On another occasion, I was talking to another chap a couple of weeks ago, and I dropped your name in gently. He's a blues guitarist from Compton, and Mr. Kirk Fletcher.
Ah, yes, yeah.
And I said, yes. I said, I'll talk to, listen to this and listen to that. I said, have you heard of this girl? Heard of that girl? I dropped you and another blues female artist in, you'll probably know who I'm talking about. And he said, yeah, oh yeah, man, I've heard of those guys, yeah, they're super cool. So I said, oh, it'd be really nice if you get to do something. So I opened a little door there, Chantel, just trying to get you in. You see, when he's over in Switzerland, so it's not that far. Just get it sorted.
Yeah, but I can't get there and I can't get back, and I'll have to quarantine.
All right, 2 weeks doesn't matter. You're recovering, which is cool. All right. So I had a conversation with him a couple of weeks ago. I reviewed his album, and then I said, "Oh, the blues culture here is really picking up. It's it's really it's coming to the surface. There's lots of new artists coming out." I said, "You heard of this artist? Yeah. Heard of this artist? Yeah. I said, "When we were trying to get to do something, he's like, hey man, that'd be fantastic." He's virtually high-fived me and all that, excellent. So drop your name in there, Chantel. So let's see what comes out of it.
Thank you.
Just try to help.
You never know.
So,
you never know.
You've been writing?
Yes, yeah, I've been writing for the third album, third studio album. I keep calling it a third album, but I put out a third actual CD last year anyway, a live one, but third studio album.
They've got the 11th best album of the decade, I believe.
Yeah, weirdly, yeah. Scary.
My goodness.
Weird stuff. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't expect that one. They put like a nomination thing, Guitar World magazine, and they put this like nomination list, it had everybody on it. It was like, every single guitar album ever that you were just like, albums that I've been obsessed with for years.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's not a cat and else chance I'm ever going to make that list, because it's just like, amazing guitars, amazing albums. And then they announced it and were like, 11th, and I actually found out, it was really funny. A friend of mine, he's a son of a famous guitarist. Miles Sean is Neil Sean's son. So I've been friends with him for years. And he sent me a message on Instagram going, "Oh my God, have you seen this?" And I was like, "What? What are you on about?" And I looked and I was like, "Number 11." What? Yeah.
A really cool achievement, and I think something that you've got to be proud of, you and the guys, because there is so much talent out there, but you're getting recognised for being like the new wave of blues guitarists, and especially being a female as well, because it is a male dominated, and the fact of recognising that your album is up there is a massive achievement, Yeah,
I was so chuffed because I think I was the only female on the list as well, so I was like, whoa, that's pretty swift. So I was quite excited about that.
That's amazing. Congratulations, that is really, really cool. It's a nice thing to drag about in your CV. People go, wow, and that's really good. It's just a nice, you drop into conversation. Yeah, did you remember 11th? Oh, did you? Yeah.
I've never dropped it in. I'm not one for dropping stuff like that, and I'd just rather keep it quiet. And if anybody knows about it, it's really nice. But
people like me go, do a bit of research. Yeah, I remember she had that for a decade, and it'll be seen by 60,000 people when I put it online later on this afternoon. So it's all good. So people will, but that's nice. Though it's nice. It's a nice accolade to have.
It's lovely.
That you're recognised by your peers, that they take the time to listen to and listen to other people to say, have you seen this girl? She's phenomenal. She's this and she's that. She plays the mean guitar, and people go, and then you listen to you and think, wow, they were right. Absolutely. And that's what I saw when I saw you in Glasgow. I'm thinking, wow, this young lady's pretty special, And as I say, I listen to music every single day. I've got guitar strings coming out my ears, and you kind of what's good, what kind of floats your boat and kind of what takes you. And you go, I really like that because it's just quite chilled and it's quite laid back, and it's nice, So as I say, well done for that.
Thank you.
So you're sort of, how close are you to the finish of the fourth record? Because it's also fourth record.
It's kind of a work in progress, because it's like, because I've been busy with that, but then every week's sort of like been dictated with the shed sessions. And then obviously when I came down to Cambridge, it was like, I could up my game a bit with shed sessions now, because I've got a keyboard player and I can do electric. And I was kind of like, right, I want to play all Stephen Wilson's back catalogue, and I want to play, some prog, and I want to do some improv, and I want to do this, that, and I was like really sort of inspired to do different stuff, because I've not had that opportunity to do that. I've not had the opportunity to play with another musician since February. So it was like, I want to play, I want to do electric.
Yes.
So that kind of took up half of the week, because every week I'd be like, right, I want to learn all these songs. There you go, Jamie, learn all these songs. And I want to learn all guitar parts so that they're perfect. And so like from Wednesday through to Saturday, we'd just do that. And then like the first half of the week I'd be recording the radio show. Oh, I got a radio show as well in lockdown.
Your Monday radio show as well, so you're extremely busy. My goodness.
So that's like every week going, right, I've got to do that on the Monday. So it's like...
Do you enjoy the radio show?
I love it. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
You get a chance to play different genres of music, don't you? And you kind of chat, and which is, and you don't think of, people wanting to come and see you. It's just like you.
Yeah.
Your genre.
Records that I like playing.
Having a bit of chat and then coming off and going, well, I really enjoyed that, which is quite nice as well,
Yeah, I love doing it. I mean, the thing is, I've always been interested in doing radio, right from being a little girl. I remember being about 7 and my dad bought me a 4-track, and it was like this little Tascam 4-track thing. And I used to put a microphone in front of the actual radio, record the radio, and then I'd edit it all together to try and I'd put a track on, then I'd say, and that was blah, 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 by blah, 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 from the album, blah, blah, blah. This is like as a 7-year-old, and I'd pretend I were a radio host. And I've always been kind of into that. So when Hard Rock Hell, they asked me to do like a one-off on the Bank Holiday Monday in May. And I was like, yeah, that'll be good fun. I'll do that. And they're like, do you want to do a 2-hour show? And I was like, yeah, I'll try and get some songs.
Yeah.
I'll do this. So I did it, and it went really, really well. And I think within about 20 minutes of it being on air, the guy that runs it was like, do you want a weekly show? Do you want to be a regular DJ? So I was like, yeah, that'd be amazing. So yeah, every Monday at 10 o'clock. It's
again though, Chantel, it's them recognising and noticing how how diverse things are, but it's and I don't mean to be chauvinistic and everything that you go, it's mostly minutes on radio, but they have ladies on radio. And there's lots of famous DJs, lady DJs, and it's obviously recognising that you have your genre of music, you have your choice, you have your picks, and because the women listeners will go nuts for it, because you'll resonate with some women on some of the stuff you pick, and I think Hard Rock Hell, I've listened to it and went, yeah, this is really good, because it's a whole different mix, of guys.
So diverse. I mean, gosh, the show it's got, I think last week I had some Seth Lakeman folk stuff, some flamenco, some classical Paul Gilbert stuff, some shreddy stuff, metal. There's just everything. It's just a massive cross section of loads of different genres that are all sort of really good songs. It's I think so many people can go, it's a blues show, or it's a rock show, or it's a metal. And to me, it's like, no, I just play good music.
Yeah.
I don't care about genre.
A kid in a sweet shop just going and going, I can pick this one, I can pick this one. Pick this one, I can pick this one, and I don't care, because if people go, our show was rubbish, it doesn't matter, because it's your taste, and you don't get a lot of chance to play it or to listen to it. So it's nice when you get into a studio and you can go, I've got 40 songs or 30, because you think about it, it's a 2-hour show. By the time you chat and adverts and stuff, you're kind of trying to cram in maybe 20 songs, 30 songs into the show, and you've got to make them really count. And the time, and it's really difficult. But what you choose, people obviously enjoy, because the big boss man from HRH has said, come back every week.
Yeah, I mean, it's lovely, because I think as well, I get a lot of nice messages from people that have sort of said, well, we'd never heard of, Rodrigo y Gabriela and stuff like that, flamenco.
I only learned about them probably about 3 years ago from Sky, and you kind of think, wow, they're really cool. But I guess that's the point of tuning into radio shows and TV shows.
Learning new music.
And you think, oh wow, and stuff like that, and stuff like Jeff Tyson and things like this. Never heard of Jeff Tyson. I dropped your name in with him as well. Another one. Had him a couple of weeks ago. Where are you? He's like, I'm in Prague. Oh, are you Prague? Yeah. You had this girl. He's like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, get in touch. So I'm just dropping names in all over the place. Just
thank you. That's awesome. Thank you.
Someone drops an LP in your inbox, you go, never heard of it, don't know what they're like, and you put it on and think, well, I really like that. So that's about it. You can do your own thing, you can play your own records, and you can say to people, if you don't like it, it doesn't matter, because people's going to tune in and do it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I listen to a lot of radio. It's mainly country radio that I listen to. I love country music, it's great. But it's like, if there's a song I don't like, well, you just kind of like turn it down and wait for the next one to come along. but you learn so much different stuff and hear different artists that you'd never normally hear.
Yeah,
And you
I'm the same.
so
I'm the
many
same.
talented people.
I'm the same. You know, I've been listening to people like Laura Evans and Jessica Lynn Miles. You know,
Yeah,
Susanna. I'm thinking, well, that's really, I've never heard that before, but it's quite cool because it's another genre of music you never thought you would get into. And I said to my boss, any country, want to review some country? He's like, why? I said, because I haven't done it for a couple of weeks, because I think it just chills you out. You know, you just stick on some country and you go, you shut your eyes, you eat a glass of red, and you think, wow, I'm just chilled. And I think that's what country and that does to you, and blues as well. It does that. Oh, it really does. But
I think that's the nice thing about music, though, because, you know, whatever genre you're into, certain music, it evokes certain emotions, it can relax you, it can, you know, make you ready to go out or whatever.
Inspire you.
Yeah, and to me, that's what music's about. It's, you know, so many people. I mean, I still get it that, you know, people go, well, that's not blues or that's not rock. And it's like, well, it's not meant to be. It's just meant to be decent music.
Yeah.
You know, and you still get reviewers that'll go, you know, well, this is meant to be a blues album, it's not blues. And it's like, well, I never said it was.
Yeah.
I said it was rock, you know.
I don't, but if I'm reviewing something, I don't go, this is a classic blues album by Chantel McGregor. And somebody goes, but she's got a rocky guitar. I just go, this is a classic album by a new British, you know, blues artist.
Yeah, it's just music to me. And
you know, and I think it's just you yourself, how you feel and how you see it. And I guess you get some sticky people that go, it's supposed to be blues and it's not. And you're like, no, it doesn't really matter, mate. You know, just.
Me.
Just get on with it. If someone be listening, go, that guy said, it doesn't matter, you know.
No.
But you know, so what's your next steps? What's the future holding? Do you think? Have you got any?
No. Who knows at the moment?
Really?
Probably never getting abroad ever again at the moment. I don't know. I mean, we have got some gigs in September. If they happen, great. The rest of the year, we've got a few more shows. If they happen, great. Yeah. It'll be a miracle if they do. I'm guessing. I reckon it'll be next year before touring starts properly again.
What about your shed? Are you just going to keep that going?
Yeah, for now. I think until gigs start properly, or as long as I can manage keeping doing that, to keep trying doing it, because, you know, I mean, the thing is, some people are still shielding, some people are still not, you know, feeling up to or feeling confident about going out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so for me, it's like, well, I'm still accessing them fans, I'm still making a connection with them, you know, and I think people will gradually stop doing live streams and stuff because gigs will happen and people will be more thinking, well, we can go to a pub, why would we? But to me, it's like, well, as long as I can keep doing it and I've got time to keep doing it, because everything's a bit like, time-wise, then I'll try my best to keep going because, you know, for them people that can't get out or don't want to go out yet or don't feel comfortable.
And it's easy just to stick on your laptop and listen and watch someone and go, I really enjoyed that half hour or 40 minutes that you know, normally I've got, which is quite nice. And, you know, the fact that you're taking your time to do it, you know, which is great, you know. So listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time, Chantel. I know you're a busy woman, you know, you've got stuff to do. It's just you look at an interview and you think, how long could you do it for? You could probably sit here and talk all afternoon, you know. And, you know, and just let's put them all to rights. But I guess it's just, you know, I think it's everybody's got a bit busy, you know, a busyish life. Although we're not doing a lot, but you've got your music stuff to do, and I've got reviewing coming out my ears. My goodness, but I must say it's been a real pleasure to chat to you. It's a real pleasure to get to know you. Hopefully that when gigs do start, you will come back to Glasgow. Let's hope.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to be back in September, I think it was. I think it was start of September. We were meant to be up there because we were doing Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen and Kinross. I don't think it was in that order, but we were doing
the Ironworks Festival. I take it in November, is that right?
Sorry, what's that?
There's a festival up there in November for Inverness. So that's maybe where you were going? No?
Oh, no. Not that I know of.
Oh, well.
Might be, I don't know. Who knows?
Festival in
there. But I think we've rescheduled them to like the second week in January or something. So I hope it doesn't snow.
It's all right. We'll still get here. It's fine. It's cool. It's craft beers everywhere, so it's all right. You'll be fine. There's ciders. You'll be all right. You'll be sorted. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, but if, yes, please keep me informed. Look me up, and we'll catch up. We'll get a beer.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Put them all to rights, and I look forward to your shed session on Saturday. And I wish you every success for the future. And it's been a blast. And this is Darren from Jace Media in conversation with Chantel McGregor. Saying thank you very much for your time, and we will see you in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chantel.
Thanks so much.